would help if I was actually looking with my eyes.
This is how most people do look.
Yeah.
But some people look with their hearts. And we call those people hippies.
As you continue to walk, it continues to walk at you.
Yep.
I'm gonna take some... Wait, do we still have a sandcackler missing its head? Or, like, detached from its head?
I don't know if we ever picked it up.
Also, is it within 60 feet?
It is definitely within 60 feet.
Cool. I can hunter's sense it then, and learn about what it is vulnerable to.
What if it's, like, hungry?
Actually, wait, let me see.
Can you go away, Mr. Cactus? I don't want to be prickled.
Yeah, no, you still have that sandcackler head, though.
I'm gonna toss it, like, behind us.
Here, free food.
So, you toss the cackler head?
Yeah, I toss the cackler head, like, because it's coming at us. I want to do it in a direction that is, like, away from us.
Mr. Cactus, fetch! But, like, don't come back.
So... How do I want to work this?
It leaves us alone and we continue.
But yeah, Hella's gonna hunter's sense it.
That's just a passive, right?
I think officially it's an action, but I don't know how that works if we're not.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of, well, if it was an action, you just do it. What I want to know is if there's, like, a roll check you have to do. To see how well you do it, or if it's just, like, you know, an ability that
it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it and I immediately learn a bunch of junk.
Nella, look with your special eyes and tell us what you see.
I will.
Good.
You know, I should quote Lord of the Rings when I actually watch Lord of the Rings and know more than just what the meme says.
They're long. They're very long movies.
See, I've watched the chunk of the same movie like 8 times because we always had to leave.
I've watched the entire extended edition like 4 times.
Man.
Holy hell. I saw the first movie on a plane, and I got a headache after, like, at the end of it. I'm like, oh my god, there's so much watching.
Lord of the Rings started out as a bedtime story for his son, and he actually had to start writing it down because his kid was like, but Daddy, you said this happened last night, and he's like, alright.
Oh my god, Lord of the Rings was literally just a DM session for a child!
Yeah. He was also a really big language nerd and would put in references to language that probably no one else but him got.
Ooh.
Except for their language nerds.
Yeah, Tolkien was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And his son was cool for carrying it on.
Yeah.
And stopping Disney from getting it.
Yeah.
What do I learn about the moving cactus?
Yeah, I was trying to read that and listen to Eddie's story at the same time, so I just finished.
Yeah, what do we learn about these cactars?
You learn that it is not vulnerable or resistant to anything, but it cannot be blinded, charmed, or deafened. And you come to the conclusion that this is because it is definitely more plant than animal, and yet somehow, you know, is it.
Also, what is it? Because it does say you learn what... Oh. I misread that. Never mind.
And then we're gonna see just how effective Eddie's tossing of the head is.
Off with its head!
Because I can't think of a better way to look at it. Not very effective.
Also,
of course not.
I could slow it down with Ray of Thought Frost if I hit it.
Let's not be the ones to instigate battle. Let's see if it'll just go.
Well, we'll probably instigate battle on our method of travel before it instigates battle on us.
So Rhino looks at the three of you and it's like, besides the tossing of the head, which I could have told you it wasn't going to go after, unfortunately. How do you want to play this? Do you want me to go squash it? Do you want to go get some experience fighting it? Do you want all four of us to go after it? I'm open to suggestions. The Rhino is not typically used to just sitting in this heat and doing nothing. In layman's terms, the Rhino is bored.
You and us both.
What did you say, Jade?
Oh, Kiala's tail is just flicking behind her.
Ah! We have another tail flicker!
Hers is for a very different reason.
I'm sure... God, it'd be so funny if Nim was just like, are you doing the print thing now, too?
I've become the new Crin.
Oh no.
No, I don't think you're that moody.
Time to blast Yala.
Time to blast Yellow before she makes off with even more of his shit.
Man, give me those shoes back.
I'm not interested in stealing your excess liquor.
I don't have any anymore.
But I will take those guns. Easier to load than a bow.
Nim looks at Kiala and Samson.
Kiala looks at Samson.
The creature draws closer.
And
if this thing is aggro and it engages on us, it's going to go for Lily, ain't it? I look at Rhino.
It will most likely go for the smallest and easiest thing to kill, as he just immediately turns and looks at Nim.
Oh, so Rhino's looking at Nim, who's looking at Kiala, who's looking at Samson, who's looking at Rhino, who's looking at Nim, who's looking at Kiala, who's looking at Samson.
It's a regular Zanzibarian standoff!
Yeah, so Nim hearing this goes, oh, and then hides behind Samson, as I assume he's the furthest away from the cactus.
Full disclosure, if it manages to eat her, we cannot let it continue to live.
Much
Really?
appreciated, I guess.
Really?
Yes, allow me to quickly explain. That is a drone for the Zanzibarian doom bulbs. You see those giant green orbs in the distance? Have you ever heard of a mimic?
Yeah.
Hate those bastards.
Somehow, someway, once, we assumed that one of the doom bulbs ate a bug. That's what it came up with. Those things are really effective at gathering more biological information.
Oh
So-
no, if it eats Nim.
So, in hindsight, not hindsight, in summation, if it eats Nim, gets away, then before you know it, there's going to be a lot of plant Nims running around. That is terrible for the people of Zanzibar. And if they manage to get off Zanzibar, that's bad for the world.
Okay,
Kiala's
hold on.
picturing commanding an army of plant nymphs.
Just a big, massive plant bulb just controlling a bunch of magically inclined, sentient nimlins.
I don't know if I like that.
Overthrow the island.
You can continue to ask more information, because it does seem like he knows quite a bit about...
It sounds
Yeah.
like we don't have time, but
You know, you could have started with the fact that it seems hell-bent on world domination and not just, it might have eaten, let's hope it has. And Simpson's gonna pull out his, rifle.
Well,
Nim goes, I'd rather not be eaten. But, and mutters, I don't think I'm that bad, but whatever.
it's not exactly bent on world domination, it's just a force of chaos. Yeah. As he's just gonna, like, lazily take out a water canteen and just drink from it. Welcome to Zanzibar. The Rhino thinks this place is...
Well, he's kind of fucked up.
like, you can see he's just used to this kind of bullshit. It's a daily it's a daily bait.
That's the worst Yelp review we've gotten from this whole island.
Oh, welcome to Zanzibar. There are also, giant bulbs.
It's like 500 5-star reviews and 1 4-star, and the 4-star is the Rhino saying that it's a place.
He's just like, it's home. He doesn't know. He's seen the outside world. He understands. Zanzibar is fucked up, but it's fucked up for a different reason. That the rest of the whole world is fucked up.
So,
and
him staying on the bug for obvious reasons.
And as you guys
blast it,
Samson's going to kerblast it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not really much of a choice. I'm not going to risk this thing turning into, like, Day of the Nim. Because we think it might not be a threat to us.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll just blast it. Would this count as a surprise round?
I've tried to gather information on how surprise rounds work. My research is not that great. So, do you want to give me a quick crash course on top of everything I already understand?
So basically, if one party is not, like, ready for combat and another one is, and engages in it, the one that engages gets essentially a surprise round, which it varies from DM to DM, but either it's the person who initiates gets, like, a free turn before initiative is rolled, or the whole party does.
Woo!
Some people leave it to context, because it's like, well, we're all kind of at, like, firing stations, and this thing that we perceive as a threat is coming near us, so...
Yeah, I mean, if it's a giant plant, I assume it doesn't really know that we specifically are there.
Well, it's definitely, like, trying to get up to you. It's just
well, it's making its way over to us, like, us on the water bug, right? It's not actively climbing Lily.
It's not actively climbing Lily, but it's making its way over to you. It's like walking at you. With, with intention. Yeah, with intention. It's not running, it's not snarling, it's not attacking or jumping, but it's, steadily just critter walking towards you, scuttling.
So it doesn't seem intent on fighting us yet, and I might not have the range to, so...
I'm gonna say you have the range to, because... You know what? Since it seems your options are decided, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So, these are your current positions.
Well, hi, Ganondorf.
Yeah, hi, Ganondorf. So, there's your distance, and I'm thinking this. If you want to try and surprise it with the first shot, we can do one of two things. We can leave it up to a coin toss whether or not you'll be able to surprise it, and if you're able to surprise it, you can surprise it, or you can take a different option. Because I don't know enough about surprise to say whether or not... It's coming at you with intention. It knows where you are. It's coming at you. I'm not sure if the context would mean that it's going to be surprised. Mainly because I'm not a sentient cactus walking at a bunch of adventures. Haven't really figured out how something like that thinks yet.
Well, just no, forehead.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Should have had a V8. Should have had a V8. That, of course. My fault.
Gotta kill.
Well, the reason why I personally would think that this is a surprise as opposed to us rolling for initiative is because it doesn't seem like it's coming at us with intent to attack. But I guess that's always something we could like roll an insight for and go from there.
You could go from there.
All right, Hala, do an insight check on this thing.
Woo!
Is that an advantage because of your hunter stuffs?
Insight is wisdom.
Is it one of your favorite animals? Because then it would be.
Yeah, is it beast or monstrosity?
Let me double check. Because I know there's not a plant. Oh wait, never mind. That's a lie. There is.
Yeah.
It's a monstrosity.
So,
Ooh.
yes.
So that would be, right?
And I don't know if it makes a difference to you with all your other hunting insight stuff, but this thing is basically pure chaotic evil.
Oh no.
Lovely.
If that factors into anything, allow it to factor in. If it doesn't, well then just, there you go. Have a piece of candy.
It looks like a balloon animal.
Okay,
Murder.
so the 21 is
Do you
coming at us with intent to attack.
You definitely feel like it's going to attack if it can get close enough.
Alright, then I blast it.
Well, Hyala does.
Does Hyala tell us?
Do you ask?
No. I don't think Samson wouldn't know. Okay, so here's the thing: is one, Samson wouldn't think to ask you if you're an animal whisperer to things you just met. For one, and two, Samson wouldn't think about anything other than I'm gonna blast this thing.
Yeah, well, he already drew his gun, right?
He already drew his gun. He's got it like loaded.
So yeah, she'll give him some kind of sign to just start blasting, and then she's going to charge the thing. Once she's pretty sure she's not going to get shot while doing it.
Can I shoot it with... No, can I cast Mage Armor on myself? I don't want to get hit.
So, you're going to attempt to surprise it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, so you're going for the coin toss option?
I mean, I don't know what the other option would be other than just engage it in regular combat.
Yeah, that or some other concoction.
I throw the rest of the sandcackler.
And then
No, we don't want it to be like electrified on contact, man.
No, I'll just give you the freebie. Shoot your surprise shot and let's see if you hit.
Oh, alright. Do I have advantage on this, or should I give it to myself?
What do you mean, give it to yourself?
Oh, because I have a thing that lets me... that if I don't move, I can just give myself advantage on my next attack.
Now, would that also be taking into account the fact that Lily's still moving? Like, do you have to be still, or do you just have to be...
I personally have to not move. So, like, I could bunker down on something that is moving.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you take the advantage.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll give myself the advantage on that one?
Yeah.
Alright, Podgers. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 will hit.
For 26 damage.
Hold on. Is that the right one? Yep. Bot. So, 26 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get all the stuff in. Ah, of course I'm on the measuring stick. Why wouldn't I be on
Measure.
it?
That's why I put that X in, because that's probably where I would have tossed the head.
Fair enough.
There's just a head sitting over there.
And it was 22 damage? Where'd my phone go?
26.
26. Yes, there are the numbers that I'm looking at. No. So, you hit this thing, you manage to penetrate through one of its arms, and it immediately lets out a, gross insect-like screeching. You're like, and Rhino looks at you and is like, the Rhino thinks this is a good decision. So, we're going for the surprise round, right?
Well, that would have been it.
That would, yeah, you're absolutely right. So now roll initiative?
Usually, yeah. Unless you want to give Nim her mage armor as like the full surprise round. Nah. Get wrecked.
It's totally fine if Nim dies. It's fine.
Well, there's gotta be some challenge to this.
Woo!
I'm gonna be real with you. The challenge is Nim's health points.
All right. Well, as first in initiative, I blasted again.
I like the 25, 23, 19, and this loser's just has a 7.
Wait, what about Rhino? Rhino needs an initiative. I forgot to click my token.
The right initiative.
The right initiative. You're right. Where is he? God, there's
Right
so many
there.
things in this campaign now.
Can you not put them in like a folder to make it easier?
Alright, you should be able to move things into folders and pull them out when it's like relevant.
I can archive them, but I don't work like that.
I mean, it would just take down the amount of stuff you'd have to do later.
Yeah. Well, at least everyone's going before it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, let's face it, like, I don't know if your friend's on that list, but we're not going to see him for at least another month.
Yeah, you never know.
Your friend, you're Zanzibar? Oh my god!
Yeah! Yes, I am! Would you like some tea?
Why did you freeze yourself that one time?
Play us a ditty on that little doohickey you got.
Oh, of course I will!
Now do it 3 times fast. I'm kidding.
You say it's pretty good, and Jade's over here just giving me, like, ugh. I didn't realize you hated harmonicas that much.
Oh, yeah, Samson uses one.
One killed my family.
Alright.
Alright, so, yeah, go.
Alright, so, again,
He shoots it.
yeah.
I could also slow this thing down if you
Bonus
guys
action,
want.
steady aim, and blast it.
Nice.
Oh, so close!
Man.
So close to what?
A nat
Oh, that was
20.
almost a nat 20. Which
Yeah.
means it was almost a crit.
Oh.
Which means it almost did an extra, like, 38 damage.
It's still a fucking 29 to hit, so...
For 25, so 25 and 26, 51 damage.
Oh, you're giving me that total stuff again.
Yeah.
It's just 25 damage now.
Yep, and that's my turn. Well, altogether, I've done 51 damage to it.
Alright, that's Samson's turn. Yella, your turn.
It's my prey.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Huh?
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yes. Yeah, and then she's gonna go. Yeah. Where's a good place to go?
Near it, but also probably not too near to it.
Well, I have to
Considering-
be able to thwap it.
Why can't you just shoot it?
Because I want to thwap it! She's in a thwapping mood! She's been in a thwapping mood for like 2 days!
Thwap it later! Save your thwapping for the people who need thwaps.
So would Samson stop her if she starts, like, just dashing at it?
Yes!
Okay.
We have an advantageous position. Let's not just run out on the desert and get ourselves killed.
She really is the new friend.
Let Yella be angry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I was really hoping for a little more out of that.
But Dad...
No! You stay on this leather bug, or so help me, I'll turn this thing around.
I am a
Okay.
tabaxi of the Cotmian villages. There we go.
Do you even know who my mother is?
Do you even know who my
Do
mother
you?
is?
She knows who her mom is. She doesn't know who her dad is.
My mother will hear about this.
Yeah, her mother probably wears him as a jacket.
What? Oh no, there's just too many guys. She doesn't know which one it would have been.
Oh God.
I'm not kidding.
You know, like, I get that's part of your culture, but the thought of that makes me laugh.
Especially for that misunderstanding that happened one time.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I gotta take another bathroom break.
We speak
Anyway.
not. Yes. Alright, fine. So she puts away her sword and pulls out her longbow instead.
And then goes to thwack it with the longbow.
She hold on, she did probably move to like here, and then Samson was like, "Where are you going, kitty?" Okay, and then I'll shoot it. Let's only double check all the things. These two. Okay, so I get a +1 bonus to attack rolls, and then that.
Nice.
+1 bonus to attack rolls, and then a 23. That hits.
Woo! Okay. So this plus the extra 1d6.
Nice.
Woo!
Very cool.
For a total of 13. And it's dead.
Oh.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh, but I have another attack.
You could go for
Shoot it again.
Yeah, shoot again.
That feels like a waste of an arrow.
You can get them
Forget
back
it,
with mage hand.
That's true.
I guess. Alright. She's gonna shoot it again.
Out of
Watch her
anger.
miss. Wait, no. Wrong button. Whoopsie.
No, that's hilarious. I mean, like, it's a dead body. Of course it hits.
Oh, does it not matter?
You can enact this any way you want, or you could have me do it.
I don't know. So do it.
So me do it?
Yeah.
So you hit it the first time, and it looks like it's about to drop, but you're not taking any chances, so you knock another arrow, and you manage to basically railgun it, sending an arrow through right between its eyes and through all of the 3 sacks on its back, landing perfectly clean in the sand on the other side, as it kind of just drops to the ground and dies.
I'm gonna, since I'm right next to Rhino, I'm gonna kneel down to him and I'm gonna whisper, I taught her how to do that.
Bite me.
Rhino's just gonna look at you and say, "Ah, the Rhino sees, so you've made trips to Katma before."
No, this was back in a village in Zanzibar.
And she is already that good?
Yeah.
Ella's gonna point one of it. She's gonna knock another arrow and point it at him.
I'm gonna turn to her with my rifle then.
You trying?
Nim is gonna catch Mage Hand and retrieve Kiala's arrows.
I feel like you should be holding the mage hand between these two.
Oh yeah.
Yella just shot a dead cactus. She's about to shoot Samson.
Mage Hand is not that big, you guys.
And Samson's just gonna look at you with a grin. Is like, you know, I don't back down.
We don't have time for this.
She pulls the string back.
I assume in this time, Nim has the arrows.
Yeah.
Nim, will hold out the arrows, blocking Kiala's shot, saying, I got them for you!
Thank you. And she's still got it drawn.
Nim says, do we need to, is there anything useful on Mr. Cactus? I forgot what they're called. I've been calling them Mr. Cactus all this time.
So Yala and Samson are just having like a casual conversation while also having like this stare down.
Yes.
Hey, alright.
Does anyone answer?
I can focus on things. I don't think so, unless Rhino does.
Yeah.
Hey Rhino, those things edible or good for anything?
So you guys are still having a stare down at each other?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Like weapons trained on each other, and Samson's just gonna call out to Rhino, who is now behind him, who he now has his back to. Oh, I guess not if Yala's still there.
Tial! Give me a second, I gotta look at something. So, he's gonna just look over his shoulder at you two having to stare down, and he's just gonna go, nope! And he's gonna lift up the reins to Lily and just crack him real quick, and Lily's gonna lunge forward. Both of you make me dexterity save.
Okay.
So I guess there was nothing edible on the cactus.
Rhino said no.
Alright, so Samson, you managed to stay on your feet.
So I imagine when Samson goes to like aim with the rifle, he's kind of in like a, not exactly prone, but he's like crouched.
Yeah, you wobble a little, your aim shakes, but you don't fall over, and Hyala, you tumble a bit, and you kind of just come to your knees on top of Lily. You don't fully fall, but like, you get knocked out of your standing position. And Lily picks back up on her way.
Bang.
Alright, so, now that we're...
Save the world from an army of Nims.
You say like it's a bad thing.
Could you imagine what your father would think?
No, considering that I don't think they'd have Nim's personality at that point, and they can shapeshift, don't think they look like Nim.
Worse, they could look like anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could look like Samson.
And the world knows we need more of those. So you know what? Yeah, okay. You know, you got a good point. Nim, get out there.
An entire army of shirtless green Samsons.
That sounds like a bad shonen manga scene. But
He's got
anyway.
his own floral backgrounds.
I
Yeah.
imagine it ends up being one of those things where, like, the hive mind takes over a host, but the host is just too powerful, so it's just a hive mind of idiots now. And they're all just in tandem being like, booze, liquor, booze, guns, booze.
Anu, Niha.
High noon! At high noon, they all say it in unison, and you can hear it no matter where you are on this planet.
It can
I literally just heard Samson by the millions just go, yeehaw, as the sound wave just crosses everything.
Uh-huh.
So, I would like to make another attempt at an Arcana check to locate Celeste.
Oh my god, do you know how bad that would be? No, literally, if they spread across the entire world, there would always be a section of the world yeehawing. It would just be a yeehaw
somewhere in the world.
It would be a yeehaw that just goes around the planet as a never-ending wave.
Yeehaw!
Okay. Can I make this Arcana check to locate Celeste or Rooney?
Yeah. Still at disadvantage, though.
I use my sorcerer thing to give myself advantage.
Okay. You managed to roughly figure out that you are still following Celeste, and she is indeed slowed down. And at this point, she's a little less than a day away from you of straight travel. So you're closing the gap.
Wait, isn't the tower like a day and a half away?
Your total
so they're a day away. They're
total
probably like real close to the tower.
Yeah. I think they'll get there first unless like shit happens.
Well, I mean, I think shit already has happened for them.
Yeah.
They're about to eat their cars.
Oh my god. So Nim
and their cars don't seem like they're gluten free.
Yeah. So Nim will say, "It looks like they've slowed down a bit."
How do you know that? I assume Samson's just looking over, like, at Nim while still having, like, this little, like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're still doing this.
Nim says, "I've been looking at Celeste's magic signature."
Well, Hiala fell to her knees because she didn't make the check.
I know, if I know anything about Yala, that still hasn't stopped her from pointing her bow at Samson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she can fall and keep pointing at a target.
I was almost tempted when you fell to just try and knock it out of your hands with the butt of the gun.
Oh, I was considering having her let go when she fell. Just like accidentally.
Yeah, but Nim says she's been tracking them through magic.
Well, that's handy. How far away are we?
I think about a day.
Oh no.
Hiala just looks at her weird, just like, you know, I can track them normally.
Why haven't you?
She just kind of thinks for a second, then shrugs.
You're wasting this time pointing a bow at one of the few people willing to help you out. You could have been tracking them by now.
I thought you guys were playing a game.
I guess.
Something.
Yeah, we're playing Yala Can't Take a Joke.
She's just going to, with the arrow like still where it is, she's gonna bonk Samson on the top of the head with just like not with the tip of it, but just with the end of it.
Wait, like the end that has the fletching?
No, like it's still the arrow end, but it's like along the part that's still wood.
Oh, like the shaft.
Yeah. She just like bops him on the head with it, puts the arrow down, or then puts it down, and then she'll...
Did you bop him on the head with a used arrow, so it's got like cactus guts on it?
No, because she already had one
she
on.
drew a different...
That's
Yeah, before you got them. But yeah, she'll,
I was kind of hoping we could have cactus steak.
I assume when she like stands up to go do that, I'm just gonna like nudge her in the torso with like the gun.
Give me your money.
Aww, they're bonding.
You think I have money? I've already given Samson most of my money.
No, you haven't.
Well, I've given you some, and I pretty much agreed to give you the rest. She just doesn't care.
Some? You gave me like 2 coins.
Yeah, that's... Okay, listen, she does not have a lot of money on her.
Yes, you do.
Value is relative to Yala because her clan doesn't use money.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she still has 2 platinum on her.
She's
She doesn't
like,
know what that means.
I just... No, she has 1 platinum.
Oh, what did you do with the other one?
I don't remember.
I think
Oh,
you
did you
spent
buy
it on
something in
extra
that like
meat.
first episode with all the shopping?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I build everything to game.
I don't remember if that was a coin you like gave to someone, or if
Yeah.
it's something that you spent on meat.
Who knows? Either way, she's got 1.
Okay.
But yeah, she's gonna see how far away, or how long ago they passed through this area.
Now, before you make that, unless something's seriously wrong with my math, you do realize that it's going to be the same distance. Because if they're less than a day away from you, then that's the total distance. Everything you're standing on in terms of tracks will be less than a day old.
Yeah, but she could probably get a lot more precise than Nim can.
Yeah.
Like, are they still on the 2 birds?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just don't want you to think.
Exact size of the birds.
Yeah, no. I'm not telling you not to do it, but I just don't want you guys making checks expecting a lot more and then finding out there's really not much more to learn.
I don't even think it's a check. The thing just says while tracking other creatures, you learn their exact number, sizes, how long ago they passed through the area. Unless the learn is, I don't know.
Oh,
People
does
who
it
know
not
how this
list,
game works, explain.
DC?
No. For ranger stuff, it's just kind of like a pass.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Yeah, rangers are like weirdly half skill monkey, half druid.
Woo.
So, yeah, you go up to the front of Lily and you look over. And you make out the tracks that Rhino's been following. And they definitely aren't footprints from either Celeste or Prin. They look both identical to paths that must have come from birds. And the gait matches, a healthy running speed.
For a bird.
Yeah, for the bird, or what you imagine the birds are capable of doing. And you can't pick up anything that would indicate, like, the birds being injured, slowing down, missing steps. So you can confirm that they are the distance Nim says they are, and from what you see in front of you, it seems like they're making a steady, healthy pace.
Cool.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeet.
So, any information to share? Say anything to Rhino? Want to roll perception?
Always gotta roll perception. Haha.
Wow.
Alright, night, guys.
That guy's going to bed. You two want to roll perception?
I'll roll. No. No, don't. See anything.
Oh, no.
I see the back of my eyelids.
Yeah.
Samson, your eyes are closed.
So yeah, no, you don't. You don't.
Sam-
You don't
Samson
get anything.
can't see anything, but then he remembers that he was had his eyes closed.
Pull your
Yeah.
hat off your face, Mary Mary.
His hat's on backwards.
So,
Okay,
Oh, go on.
I'd like to use one sorcery point and. Okay, it's me. I just wanted to check if it was. I want to use one sorcery point and re-roll my d20 for this.
Okay.
Because I can only use it for ability checks.
Fair enough.
Alright, let me go down to 5. It is and isn't better.
It's still less than Yala's, which Yala didn't get anything for it, so, like...
Yeah. Man, what a waste of a sorcery point.
Hey, you never know if you don't use them.
It's true.
So, Rhino will perk up and say... Rhino would like to inquire with the Samson if he has figured out what exactly he wants to ask before he makes his final determination about the impending situation.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is that in character?
Wait, Nim knows what fuck means.
Of
So,
course it's not.
It would be funny if she still misused it sometimes. though. Just says it really angrily when it
Yeah,
makes
fuck the
sense.
what? Fuck the what?
actually, yeah, that's what Nim says.
Yeah, fuck
Or
the
just
what?
like this isn't nearly a severe enough situation for that.
Yeah.
Alright, Nim successfully yells out at Samson, yeah, fuck
Well,
the
not
what?
yells, but like, angrily says.
Just
And then she
grin-
looks at Yala and says, did I say it right?
Yeah, fuck the what, Samson?
Not
I'm right.
It's just fuck the what? That's Nim's contribution in this conversation.
Oh. So Samson's just gonna think for a second. He's like, honestly, the biggest thing that's nagging at me is why they would do this in the first place. Like, why they're leaving us. Well, I could guess why they took all the stuff with them.
Would you take my decanter?
So they didn't die in the desert.
Yeah, no, I know. That's not actually in character.
You fool!
You freaking frick! Why would you steal my decanter? When will you learn? Your actions have consequences!
Nim just starts firing off fireballs at them.
That's just how I'm gonna hear her voice from now. Is the when will you learn that your actions have consequences, kid?
Well, Shay is really good at squeaking, so...
It is one of my few talents.
It's
Oh.
a good talent.
Samson's just gonna sit there and just be like, honestly, I just want to ask them why they did this before anything else.
And out of continued curiosity, what if you get an answer you don't like?
That's what the guns are for.
Wait, I think I have a thing. Man, continue.
Rhino, you've just met me, so I'll let you know a little something is usually things don't go in a way I like.
That's why my diary is full of murder.
So, it ain't nothing more but par for the course. But if that's the case, prepared to handle it.
So. Pretend
we
it
do
says
another
them,
meme?
not him.
Get to kill you. And I know we'll just he doesn't look back at you, but you just see his shoulders raised and you just hear him go. And that'll just be his response. He just takes a deep breath and sighs. Hello?
Still here.
So, there is one thing that I've been thinking though.
Go on.
You want to get a drink after we're done?
I think it might be best if, when we get to some sort of close to it, if I'm the one who goes alone and have you guys hide on the side.
Side
Says,
the side of what exactly?
Well,
Side of bacon.
and then he'll look over to Kyala. Like, you can still do that little trick that makes us harder to see, don't you?
I don't know if it would do much out in the open.
No. Well, if I know anything about deserts, any little thing that you think might be there could easily just not be.
Nim also says, I can cast blindness or deafness.
That's not what I'm getting at.
I mean,
They'll know if some sort of magic affects them, but if you guys manage to find a way to hide in plain spot, and I go alone, I doubt they'll try and attack me before anything. That is, if this is the same print in Celeste we're dealing with.
but what if they hit you?
Well, you'll hear a gun go off, and that'll be your cue to jump in.
Yola's just looking at him like he's an idiot. Because he's an idiot.
Nim says, but I can't attack them.
I know. That's why you're not gonna be doing anything. It's you two who will be my backup.
Ah, I stay on the
I'm
bus.
assuming you look at Rhino.
Rhino and Howla, yeah.
Yola's gonna reach over, grab his ear, and try and look at it.
My ear?
Yes.
I can almost see a brain in there. Why aren't you using it?
No, she's just saying.
She's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
saying
she's not gonna say
anything.
anything immediately.
She's not saying anything.
She's
Sorry,
just
do I
pinching
feel
his
you
ear.
grabbing my ear?
Presumably,
Are you-
do your ears
are you
have
like-
nerve endings?
Are you like pulling it like I'm in trouble or something?
No, she's pulling the top like upwards so that she can look in it.
You want me to stick out my tongue and say next? What the hell are you doing?
Are you checking him for fleas?
No, I'm checking to see how liquefied his brain must be.
And that he's gonna like turn and sort of like smack her hand away and be like, my brain's fine.
It's my
I'm
heart
serious,
that's
my God.
broken. But yeah, she seriously doubts that.
Listen. We don't know what's gone into that. And I doubt if all four of us show up, they're willing to spill it out before Rhino does what Rhino does best.
The Rhino is guilty as charged. As he'll just raise a hand into the air.
So the only time we'll ever get a chance to get an idea, like to pick their brains about anything, is before things go down. And let's face it, if we go as a group, they'll try and fight back. If only one of us go, there's a chance that things might not go down that route immediately.
I'm sure they can handle at least 2.
See, that's another thing, though, is if 2 of us go, they'll imagine the third one's going to be right around the corner. Now, can you really look them in the eye and tell them that you left him behind?
I could probably look them in the eye and tell them just about anything at this point.
I don't know, your looking in the eye and saying things skills, let's just say they need improvement. Well,
funny, man.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, let's just thinking like, I mean, we just tell them she died, she's tiny, they believe us.
Listen.
No, she's just like, this is stupid. You're stupid. Why are you stupid?
Because he's emotional! And he's stupid!
It's so dumb! Man, she's so angry.
Listen, if 2 of us go, they'll get suspicious, and also if you're not here keeping everyone stealthy, then they're gonna see all of us anyway.
Dumbass, isn't it more suspicious that we're not all together as a group?
No, I could say that I left you guys behind when things got heavy. Let's face it,
Like that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, yeah, but I'm not actually leaving you behind.
Is that so?
What am I gonna do? You reunite with them? When they're, like, stuck in the middle of a desert eating ostrich or whatever the heck they stole?
I almost
The rhino
said
raises up a finger into the air. The rhino would like to point out that that was merely a hypothesis. There is still a shred of hope for the sake of any remaining friendship that you may have, that they would not eat their mounts and only means of survival and travel.
I almost said.
I mean, if they can't travel, then it's only survival, and at that point, it's just lunch. And knowing those 2, if what you said is true and they've burned through everything else, then I don't think they're dumb enough not to consider giant birds as food. Although those 2 do manage to surprise me.
Surprise sprinkles.
The rhino would like to point out that there are still plenty of sandcacklers to consume and devour.
But they don't like sandcackler.
Yeah, no, you couldn't give them sandcackler on a silver platter.
The rhino is conceding the point. The rhino is conceding his former point on the newly discovered information that these 2 former acquaintances may just be stupid.
Yeah.
And this one's joining the club.
Okay, so what do you propose we do? Since you seem to have so many objections to my plan.
Not thinking we should split up is not really so many objections.
Again, if we go at them all at once, it'll turn into a fight. And then those 2 are as good as gone.
Going alone won't turn into a fight.
It'll delay it. At the very least.
You don't know that.
I believe it.
And I'm sure a week ago you would have believed that none of this would be the case.
And just a few seconds ago, I believed you'd never take your fingers away from that string. And I was right.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about the fact that he knew you weren't going to shoot him.
Well, I get that's what you were going for, but you said never take your fingers away from that string. And
yeah.
God, I hope that idiot doesn't crash and kill somebody else. Yes.
Yeah, only himself.
Yeah, no, you heard me right. You said, and just a few seconds ago, I never thought that you would take away. Is that a car or is that a plane flying, like, close enough to belly kiss my fucking roof?
Hey, didn't I say that I believe you'd never take your fingers away from that string?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you take your fingers away from the string, the arrow flies forward.
Yeah, I mean, the way I had interpreted it, though, was that like, she's going to keep it drawn forever.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I had the
No.
same assumption.
No, I was talking about the opposite because when you let go,
Yeah, but you can let go slowly.
Yeah, no, he just means you never would have fired it at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Figured that
Samson
out.
way of saying things, yes. I understand now. I was thinking like you have to let go of the string to de-draw the bow or whatever the formal term is. Sorry, internet. I'm not an archer.
we'll just beat him on the forehead.
Yeah, just
know.
arch.
Why don't I have, before every single one of these moments, make sure I have practiced every form of skill I need beforehand. 10,000 hours in each.
Exactly. Now you're thinking like a DM.
Bite me.